Alright, now let's dive into the track explanation, and before we even start, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out GITGUDRacing.com, courses, coaching, and the academy. Now, turn 1 around here is quite difficult to keep it on the edge, and there's one surprising element to it as well. So first of all, our reference for braking, or at least turning and dropping the throttle, will be this exit road on the left side. You want to turn without braking first, and then as the car is starting to point toward the corner and toward the curb, you are kinda getting your steering wheel close to 0 degrees, then you're gonna be applying the brakes, because you want to minimize the amount of braking and steering that you're doing at the same time. With this in mind, you're gonna be braking quite softly, and the unusual detail about this corner in this car, because the suspension is really forgiving, is you can actually take a much narrower line in this corner, so you can completely go over this curb with your right tires, hit your peak pressure, and then start to turn without using this left side part of the track. You're not gonna lose as much. It's not as intuitive, but if you test it out, you compare both lines, you'll find that if you're traveling a shorter distance with this low-powered car that has a suspension that can allow mounting that curb, you will find better lap time. So keep your brakes engaged throughout the whole duration up until you get to the middle part of this curb on the right side. That's the moment when you smash the throttle aggressively, mount the curb as well, and make sure you're hitting the left side curb with your left tires, just to make sure you're putting the right amount of speed. Now going into the next corner, and this whole section is all about keeping the minimum speed up. So we will minimize the braking that we're doing here. We're not braking at all, we're just lifting. But first one, you want to turn with 100% throttle, and you want to do a lift slightly before mounting the curb so that the car is pointing. But then when you're mounting the curb, bring it back to 100%. It's important to mention that you need this amount of cutting to make the line work, so make sure you're not shy on exploiting the track around there. Keep the throttle pinned, and when you get closer to the next curb on the right side, that's the one you're going to drop the throttle, put the car with the right tires almost touching the grass on the right side, then press the throttle aggressively. Ideally, you should be in the center of the track, so you don't want to go all the way to the white line on the left. You're going to be compromising your line, but you don't want to be on the exact center as well, because you see right now we're fighting to bring it towards the center. So finding the amount of speed that you can push is critical. Next one, we're just doing a lift. As you can notice, just enough so we're mounting this curb, and super important to get it as tight as you can. Keep the throttle pinned, so As you can notice right now, we did not brake even once when starting into the session. Everything we did just with a lift. And here is going to be the same thing, just a lift. Keep the line tight. Make sure you're cutting completely over the curb, and then keep the throttle pinned. No need to go all the way to the right side. You can get away with putting the car in the center, mounting the curb here as well to shortening the distance. So with these low-powered cars, really important to make sure you're not traveling a longer distance than you need, and exploiting the track and the curbs is a way of achieving that. Next to right-handers can be tricky. Reference for braking here will be before the 50-meter board. You're going to be braking almost and turning at the same time. Key factor here, press the throttle before hitting the curb. That's the main key. Press the throttle before hitting the curb is going to stabilize the rear end and also going to carry more minimum speed towards the next corner. For this one, when you're in the middle of the curb, right tires are on the white line, you're going to be braking, downshifting to third gear, going to second, and completely going over the curb just like that. If you're not cutting enough, you're going to be find yourself pushing more towards the left side, potentially taking the off track, but also having a little bit of slip. Now the hairpin here, first things first, you want to be on the white line, so it's important to cut the curb on entry. Now that we are on the white line, all you want to do is brake with 0 degrees of steering wheel angle. And you can brake quite aggressively, 70% here, but you can go even harder on the brakes. Go to first gear when you get the middle part, and then 0-100% on the throttle. Make sure you're pushing really, really hard the gas, because you have a lot of exit room on the right side, and that curb is also forgiving. And by the way, this was done with a fixed setup, of course. But if you want to go even quicker, go setups. In the video description, we have a 10% discount code. Arriving to spoon, reference for braking will be on the concrete road on the right side. You're going to be braking, holding the brakes in third gear up until you mount this curb with your left tires. Then you're going to be pressing the throttle to 100%. Like, goal will be to bring your right tires on this white and red part of the curb, and then trail braking lower percentages. When you see the car is pointed enough and you're adding a lot of steering, so you're mounting the curb, you're going to be staying at 100% throttle. Don't go more than this. It's easy to take the off track here. And now we're just shortening the distance by staying on the left and then going on the right side. You basically want to do a straight line towards the next braking zone, or at least turning point. So staying all the way towards the right is going to be a mistake. That's why we're doing that. Now for this one, 50-meter board, you're going to be turning flat out. Keep it completely flat. Make sure you're not going too wide, so make sure you're really using the steering at the apex. And now arriving into the last corner of the track, we have here the 100-meter board. Slightly before the 100, you're going to be braking around 80% pressure or so. You can even go higher, harder. You're going to be able to brake even slightly past 100 with using more the tires, and in some cases it's going to be worth it. But the main key here is take note of how you mount this curb, because the car can really slide on the curb and have some body roll if you're trail braking on the curb. So make sure you're doing the braking before this. So when you're hitting the curb, you press the throttle, it's gonna stabilize the rear end, and then you should be arriving in the center of the track, keeping it almost flat, so just a small lift. Mount this curb here on the right side. It's a big positive in the lap time, and as you can notice, we managed to go through the chicane with just a lift from 100 to around 70% throttle, and then quickly back to 100. In short, that's the guide. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it. If you want to improve at a quicker pace, GITGUDRacing.com, and good luck this week.